Hello everyone. Welcome back to episode 7 of our Journeyman series here at Kent State. We just finished our second season. Disappointing year, I think, compared to our first year, and now we're looking for some help by way of the transfer portal. So let's get into that. I did the first week of the transfer portal off stream, and now I have a decent idea of where we are with a lot of these players. Before that, though, two things I want to really quickly highlight. First of all, just a quick little recap in case you did not watch episode 6, which I recommend you do. It went a lot better than the episode previous. But we went 6-7, which for Kent State isn't bad. Compared to our first year, though, where we went 9-4 and won a bowl game, it's a decent step back. And something we talked about at the end of last stream as we kind of looked at what went wrong, it's pretty simple, I think. Firstly, our defense got objectively worse. We were bottom 20 in the country in opposing pass yards per attempt and opposing rush yards per attempt. We were one of the worst teams in the country this time around in getting turnovers. We were a bottom 15 team in opposing third down conversion. We allowed a lot of big plays, so on and so forth. Our defense just took a massive step back. Offensively, I think we did okay. The big glaring difference, though, is we allowed 36 sacks, whereas the year before, I believe we only allowed 20. Yeah, 20 sacks. So that's a pretty decent difference. On offense, we were also 34th in rush yards, 48th in pass yards, whereas last year we were 91st rush yards, 62. So just overall backslide of a year. Because of this, I did make a change on the staff. I have chosen not to extend Hayden Madrano's contract. I simply not renewed it, and so our former defensive coordinator is out of here, and I've brought in Jeremiah Freeman, who, let's be frank here. Let's just take a moment and look at the glaring issue. 103. He was 103rd in the country in opposing points per game last year at UTSA. But that's not the thing that I care about. UTSA, they were average in the American. But if you look at their summary stats here, they were 25th in sacks, 36th in opposing pass yards per game, 43rd in opposing rush yards per game. They weren't great at getting turnovers, but that's fine. They also were 51st in opposing yards per game. So their defense did pretty well in the American. They even played an SEC school in Florida, an ACC school in North Carolina. So it's not like they didn't play anyone. So I hope that hiring helps us out a little bit in the defensive side of the ball. Now, as I said before, I did the first phase of transfer portal off stream. It's just a lot of filtering, sorting, and you don't know where you are in the recruiting battle until you advance the week. So, prior to this, I wrote down 5 positions of need. As I was going through the team, I added a 6th. But those positions are quarterback, running back, offensive line, defensive line, and linebacker. Offensive line and linebacker, I would like multiple of. And then I also added kicker because I realized that I have no backup kicker. And while I have never seen a kicker get injured in the game, I don't want to tempt fate like that. So I will try to bring a kicker in as well. But let's talk shop for a little bit. I'll do this position by position, and I'm gonna do quarterback last because that's one where I have a really tough decision to make. So running back, there is one running back I like who is interested in us. Not a lot of running backs wanted to come to Kent State. Tyler Gilbert is a junior from Michigan. And to his credit, I think was your classic, third running back that got, 100 yards each season, couple touchdowns, nothing too crazy. So he didn't do anything great at Florida or Michigan. That said, he's made over $1 million. So credit to him. But the two things I really like about him, one, his ball security is an 82. We fumbled the ball way too much last season. I was playing Jeremiah Carr, who had 68. I think ball security is terrible. He has good ball carrier vision. He's also decently quick, and he's not terrible as a receiving back. He hasn't really been used as a receiving back historically, but that's fine. I think he's a guy that can come in and be a little 1-2 punch with Muhammad Suarez as a power back because we don't really have a true power back anymore in our running back room. The problem is that Mr. Gilbert, while he really wants to go to us, 89 interest, he really wants to go to Pitt, who has 92 interest. And so at the moment, we're 300 points behind. Things might get a little shaky on him. So we'll see how that goes. I did look at where was there was a second running back that I kind of liked. Where's my boy? Oh yeah, Ricardo Yamamoto. Similar idea. He's just much more of a power back. I am 626 points behind, but he might not be terrible as a backup option. But again, he's more interested in Miami. He did play a little bit as a true freshman, which we do like to see. I'm debating how far behind would I be if I just said I was interested, hypothetically, Mr. Yamamoto. If I just said I was interested, 551. Nah, we'll punt on that. Okay, so that's running back. Let's now look at the tight end position. I did find a tight end that interests me, Jesus Gross, who he's got some speed. He's got a little bit of catching ability. However, he can't really block in his strength of 70. So as you can see, he's almost at the bottom of my priority order. If I get him, cool. If I don't, so be it. He's really only in here because he has B plus potential, and I have no tight end depth whatsoever. All right, let's talk O line. So, good news, bad news. Good news is there were a lot of O linemen interested in us. Bad news is none of them fit really what we wanted outside of Mason Kaufman, who is 84 overall, run blocking menace, who I got 3,000 points from offering a scholarship and initial contact, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. I need him. Obviously, only getting him for a year sucks, but my offensive line room is terrible right now, and I need someone I know I can count on. He's that. As you can see, I'm paying him almost $1 million in NIL money. It's kind of crazy, but we need a better O line, and I am more than willing to quote unquote overpay to get it. Then there's a couple depth guys. Braden Fletcher from Michigan, he's more of a pass blocker, got decent strength. Drake Lockwood, very well balanced, but not particularly great at anything. So I'm really banking on his A minus potential. I've also offered him $250,000. And then Desmond Rice, who is in a similar boat to Lockwood, just with worse potential and a little bit better pass blocking. I really like this group. I am operating the assumption I'm only going to get two of these guys probably because San Diego State's hot in our tail and James Madison leads on Kaufman. So kicker. I did identify a kicker that I think could be kind of interesting. He's never going to play because we have Carlos, but I do need a backup kicker, and he has a potential. I could do a lot worse. He did not kick at Louisville, so he redshirted, which is fine with me. D-line. All right, so D-line, I'm looking at two players, and I like them both. and they would both essentially be like 3 and 4 on my D line right now. Caden Davis from Michigan is a block shedding machine. I just really, really wish his strength was higher than a 72. The strength being low hurts. He barely played at Michigan. However, he played in 5 games, got 9 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, a sack, and 5 pressures. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, all things concerned. So I like him a lot. We're currently ahead of the pack, though. Kansas is coming in. I've offered him $455,000. And then Tucker Williamson from IU is honestly a D lineman I'd like more. He had really good production at IU last year: 55 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 16 pressures. His strength is great, and his potential is an A+. So let's say that like his tackling, block shedding, IQ all go up by like 3, we're in business. Um, but yeah, he's just really good D tackle. We're currently behind Wake Forest for him, and it looks like Wake Forest really wants him. So we'll see how that one goes. But if I get both these D linemen, I'm enjoying life. Linebacker, without question, the worst position group on our team that is not quarterback. So I looked at two linebackers here, one who would start and the other who was more of a depth guy. Cole Brownlee from Oklahoma. Just on pure ratings alone, he would be our best linebacker next season. He's got okay speed, but he's quick. He's really good in coverage, which is something we do not have at linebacker. And he's got an 86 IQ. Even having him for a year will stabilize that linebacking core so much. And I won't need to play 3 redshirt freshmen like I did last year. And then the last guy is Alejandro Post, who is just a very well rounded, high potential tackling linebacker who's also not terrible in coverage with 75 zone coverage. He didn't play at Texas Tech at all. And so I'm just trying to get him in the building to help our depth in that department, and I'm paying them essentially 900,000 combined. Now, that is everyone. Let's talk quarterback. There are two quarterbacks that really want to come to Kent State that I would like. First, redshirt freshman Jalen Sanderson from Cal. He did not play at Cal. They paid him $2.7 million and he never saw the field. That's beside the point. He is a redshirt freshman, 76 overall, B plus potential. Looking at his ratings, the really only number where you're like, that's awesome, is his QB IQ, which is a 93. Everything else, you're a little shaky on. His arm strength is a 71. His ball coverage and ball security, speed are all kind of low, especially if we want a mobile quarterback. He is not a mobile quarterback. So if we do get Jalen Sanderson, our option game gets kind of diminished a bit. However, his IQ is a 93. There's a not insignificant chance that in 2 years that number is over 100. And he's only a redshirt freshman, so I'd get him for 3 years of development. Pretty good. Currently, I am ahead of the pack of both Toledo and University of Cincinnati. I am 500 points ahead of Toledo. He's also an Ohio kid. So there is that. Keep the kid local. The second quarterback prospect, Jacob Hurst from Midland, Texas, played at Notre Dame. Similarly, did not see a single snap. Notre Dame paid him $1.7 million and he never set foot on the field. We are ahead of the Texas schools like UTEP and Texas Tech. UTEP by about 400 points. Now, looking at his ratings, similar boat, where there's really only one number in that passing category you like, and it's the 88 accuracy. His arm strength is also a 71. His IQ is a 74, which is a little on the lower end of things. However, his ball carrier vision is an 81, and his ball security is a 73. He is a running quarterback. He's not perfect at it. His speed's only a 70, but he's a more running quarterback. So if we want to keep that option game, Hurst should be the guy we go after. The problem that I am running into is it is essentially a question of, do I go for the freshman that I'll get one more year out of to increase those low stats like arm strength or accuracy, while sacrificing a little bit of my offense? Or do I go for Jacob Hurst, who I'm only going to get for 2 years, but he's more ready to play in my offense now? Hurst has A plus potential. Sanderson is a B plus. That's a pretty big difference. The other thing working against this is my quarterback room right now is a redshirt freshman and two freshmen that just redshirted. So essentially, it's going to be a redshirt sophomore and two redshirt freshmen. Not that I'm counting on guys like Seth Vogel or Ashton Morgan to ever see the field here, but it does hurt my overall QB plan if I go for, say, Sanderson, who's a redshirt freshman. He's only 1 year above Vogel and Morgan, which means one of them, probably Vogel, is going to transfer because he's never going to play. And then I have 1 year of Morgan after Sanderson graduates, and then we're here. I am operating in the assumption that I should go for only one of these guys and let Toledo or UTEP or Texas Tech, whoever, get the other one. Because if I try to go for both, there is a risk that either A, I lose both because I didn't commit on one enough, or B, I get both of them, which has happened before. For those of you that watched my Purdue series, where I ended up getting 4 quarterbacks in one transfer portal. That was an amazing day. So, I am of the opinion I'm going to go for Jacob Hurst. The main two things that decided it: one, A plus potential versus B plus, and two, Hurst has that running ability that, to be frank, Sanderson I don't think is ever really going to reach. I do like the idea of keeping an Ohio kid local, but I think for our offense now, and listen, we didn't meet the athletic director's expectations last year. We lost opinion from him. We need to win now. I think we have a better chance of doing that with Hurst than we do with Sanderson. That's my argument. I also think that, I'm 400 ahead of UTEP. I'm 500 ahead of Toledo. Whichever one I go for, I'm likely going to get. So, to that end, Hurst is going to get the ace pitch, and I am going to essentially invest all of my remaining NIL money to him. Because if I do literally anything less, I get the penalty because I didn't offer enough money. I guess I could offer that and keep. Oh no, that is 0. Okay, cool. I read it correctly. Yeah, I mean, I could keep $40,000, but at that point, let's just get him. So I am deciding to go with Hurst over Sanderson. I think both of them are going to end up being good quarterbacks. I think if this were last year and I had just lost Ty Hawkins, Sanderson would have been my grab. But because of my quarterback depth situation and because of the offense we want to run, I think Hurst is the better player. It does suck to lose out on Sanderson because his IQ is a 93. He's got okay accuracy, but I think I'd rather have the more mobile quarterback with 88 accuracy. That's my argument. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Would you have gone after Sanderson or Hurst? So to that end, I'm going to drop Sanderson all the way down in my priority order. Yeah, that's correct. Cool. All right. So we salute Mr. Sanderson. I've already done my pitches to all the players, all the money. All my money is spent. I've spent NIL because that's something I learned from my past mistakes. If I save my NIL spending until that third window, I don't have a clearer picture of what will work and what won't. So, spending all my money now, figure out the rest later. So, let us advance the week, see where things stand. Okay. Hi, guys. First of all, let's see. Sanderson, yeah. Toledo put 3.5 million on the table for Sanderson. Woo-wee. Are we on? All right, we're still ahead of Hurst. UTEP invested 3.2 million. Surely that's all of their money. Surely. What prestige school is UTEP? Three. No shot they have more money. No shot. All right, anyway. All right, let's look at points ahead. So again, we have 9 scholarship spots open, and I am currently ahead on 8 players. Lol. So let me figure out what I want to. So some of the, yeah, I mean, I'm 1,000 behind on the kicker. Missouri State offered NIL. Good for them. Yep, I'm going into next year with 1 kicker. That is hilarious, and I am sure is not going to backfire in the slightest. All right, so Gregory, we're out. Gilbert, we're out. Yeah, I mean, Pitt offered 1 million. I'm not going to invest 1 million in a third running back. All right, so we're out. Wake Forest offered Williamson 900. Yeah, they upped me. I went 600. They went 9. Fair enough. All right, so we're out on Williamson, which is a shame. He'd have been really good. Mason Kaufman. Similarly, I don't think we can get them on, so we're going to lose out on the redshirt junior. This does also mean that like we're going to get a decent amount of NIL money back for not getting these guys. Alejandro, Colorado State came in with 500,000. Okay, so like if I give my ace pitch, that means all Colorado State has to do is have a pitch over 200. Which I think their target player probably is. Okay, so in that case, so we're not going to get anyone from Sanderson on down. Let's try to get everybody up here. All right, so San Diego State offered money and did a great pitch. Good for them. So now I think it's just going to be the best pitch I can for everyone here that's close. I think these two I should be okay. Yeah, I doubt USC makes up 1,200. So in that case, I'll give a pitch to Post and just hope for the best. Okay. So Kaufman, we're out. Williamson, we're out. Gilbert, we're out. Gregory, we're out. If I want to now, I can revoke the offer and the NIL to get that money back. I will lose some integrity, but that is how much integrity will I lose? So if it only makes sense to revoke the guys I'm paying NIL money to, which would be Williamson. I take the 1 integrity hit, and Kaufman. I take the 1 integrity hit. Everyone else, we're okay. Actually, let me add Gregory back really quick. I accept this might be a silly use of resources, but if I offered him 200,000 and did a great pitch, No, I'm still pretty far away. I mean, they'd have to do a. I'll think on that for a sec. All right, let's go back to points. So 9 spots. I got 11 guys I'm targeting, and we know we're not getting Sanderson. So I could up my money to try to keep Post and or Lockwood. I like that plan. Let me do 200,000. That gets me 7. I want a little bit more. 9 6. I think that's a pretty good number. Lockwood, I like. That gets me 950. That should be enough. I'm operating in the assumption that not a lot of teams have money left. That assumption could very well burn me, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna offer a touch more money to Hurst. He doesn't really care about money. But I mean, if I lose out on both of them, it is what it is. There is that, you know, that possibility. Right now, I'm just trying to protect what I can. Davis, I'll give 300,000 to, and what else do I want to do? How much money do I have left? 250,000. So these two I'm getting. I'm getting Fletcher, likely. I can't afford to pay Fletcher, which is fine. Honestly, Brownlee, I'll give the rest of the money to. All right, so that's where I'm at. So Sanderson, we know we're not getting. Everyone else is possible. I think on balance, so let's say if I get my top 9, what other player am I good with not getting? And I think that because the priority order does not matter up until Diallo. And I think I'd rather have Gregory than Diallo, especially with the other wide receivers coming in. I need Gross for that tight end room. Sanderson, I know I'm not getting Diallo. Say. All right. Well, I lost 2 integrity in this, but it's fine. We have splashed some money around. I guess I do have a couple pitches left, so I might as well, just in case, give these guys good pitches. All right. So, yeah, I mean, Toledo coming in with an 800 point pitch is crazy for this dude. And they only did target player, which is wild. That is wild. Where's Hurst? Yeah, UTEP did 710. Texas Tech 1,000. But I just have to hope that UTEP can't do another thousand, or excuse me. So I get Hurst unless Texas Tech has another 1,500 pitch in them, and UTEP has a 900 point pitch in them, which I think is good. We'll see who all we get. I think it'll be an interesting little time. Let me make sure the priority order is what I want. I think it is. So if we end up getting everyone from Gregory to Hurst, that means Diallo will go to Temple. That is what we are saying, and honestly, I'm okay with that. Right? Let me look at my wide receiver room. Let me just confirm my own thoughts. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, we are going to advance the week to signing day. Let's see what happens, everyone. The picks are in. Okay, yeah, this is everyone. So first off, I'll just click through the guys that I took off my target list, and they all decided to hate me at the end. So salute to those four. All right, Sanderson goes to Toledo. Wow. We took a 1,600 point hit because we didn't offer NAL. Okay, this could get fun. All right, let's start from the top. Star quarterback Jacob Hurst signs with Kent State. Texas Tech did overtake UTEP, but was not enough. We have our quarterback of the future for 2 years, but quarterback of the future nonetheless. Get in the building. Braden Fletcher does go to Buffalo. We did not. Oh, he really wanted NIL. Okay. Fletcher goes to Buffalo because they offered him NIL. All right. He wanted the monies. Disrespected by the lack of NIL. That's going to hurt us for some of the other players, isn't it? We do get Drake Lockwood, which is a pretty good consolation. I just really need him to do well in his first development hit. And then we'll be on our way. Caden Davis, get in the building. That's defensive line sorted. Really good D lineman. I need his strength to go up, but besides that, his tackling's great. His blockchain's spectacular. We're good there. Cole Brownlee goes to Utah. Woo! They paid him $934,000. Fair enough. All right, Utah gets Brownlee, which stings. He would have been a great linebacker for us, but they just offered him a touch more money, and they gave him an ace pitch, whereas I only did great. All right, we're out on Brownlee. Alejandro Post, we get him. All right, that helps a lot. Redshirt freshman probably will play next year in a similar role to like what DeAndre Bradley had. Really good tackling, coverage is solid, which is quite a thing to say compared to the rest of my linebackers when 75 zone coverage is solid. But that helps. So far, essentially, our two biggest needs, O-line, linebacker. We didn't get the top guy we wanted, but we got the backup option. Desmond Rice does go to USC, and again, he felt disrespected by the lack of NIL deal. I mean, that kind of stings, but it is what it is. He was my third of my O-line options. That is kind of annoying. But alas. Oh, Gross wanted NIL? Ha! That's funny. All right, Ackland gets Gross. That's fine. Jalen Gregory, we get him. All right, so our backup kicker is secured. That'll do. And he's not that terrible either. And then Diallo, who we knew we were going to get, joins our wide receiver room. So overall, about what we expected. Disappointing that not offering NIL. I mean, Gross, I don't care about. The Desmond Rice one's a little bit annoying. And then Fletcher. The fact that they only did target players just like, man. All right. That is what it is. So we had 9 roster spots, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. So we're going to have 3 walk-ons next year. One thing I do want to check really quick is where did... Oh, it's not sorted by overall. That's terrible. I don't see him on the second page. I'll just look it up later. All right, I'll look it up later. All right, so our recruiting class, no 4 stars, which again, we're Kent State. What do you expect? I assume we're dismally low in the rankings. Whee! Yep, 132. That's about what I expect every time. We got more 3 stars than a lot of the teams around us. I don't really get how ULM has a higher recruiting class when we have more 3 and more 2. But I'll let that slide. Or I guess they got more transfers. That's why. All right. All right, let's advance to school updates, and everything took a hit. Oh boy. I mean, I kind of expected that because we took in less money than last year through the boosters, so that's fine. NIL, I'm gonna call it 6 million. Then I'll look around. All right, so our stadium drops from a 3 to a 2, which in all honesty I don't care about. The facilities, if I go all the way up to 5, that leaves me with 9 million. College life, I'm cool with that being stuck at 10. Marketing, I'll get back up to 6. It costs me nothing. Academics, I'll get up to 7 again. And then if I just throw the rest of the money at the stadium, I think I'm okay with that. So like if I do this, actually, I lied. Let's do that to 6. I got 3 million left over. Let's put 2 of it in NIL and the rest in the facilities. I think that's fine. So NIL, we end up with 8 million. Coaching staff debts are paid. Stadium, we stay at 3. Facilities, we go all the way up to 5. College life takes a dip. I'm fine with that. Marketing stays at 6. Academics stays at 6 or 7. I'm okay with that. I think we need our facilities to get better. That I'm fine with investing almost 15 million. We need those to get better because that's where we're taking a hit in a lot of the recruiting races. All right. There's our money invested. Obviously, we missed out on 6.5 million because Memphis decided to have the greatest defense in the history of the world against us. We made 4 million from our 2 out of conference games against Bama and Memphis. So that's fine. Yeah, we made less money than last year. That's annoying. All right, let's see if we got any new boosters. I would welcome any and all boosters. I doubt we do though, because we did worse than last year. Even if it's a bronze booster, I'll take an extra 750,000 on top. Well, I mean, I'll take that. We lose a silver booster, but we get a bronze and a diamond. So we're up to 2 diamonds, a gold, and a bronze. Cool. That works. That said, our other diamond guy is 80 years old. So he might not be here much longer. Okay, let's get to our schedule. So I have to play Memphis for the home and home. I don't love that being week 1. So let's just say, for test purposes, obviously, if I do Missouri here, Army I need to play. I don't really want to play them. How many home games do we got? Yeah, this year we have 7 home games because last year we only had 4, which was painful. I think I'm fine with this distribution. We have 2 opportunities for early recruits and then a bunch late. I'm okay with that. All right. I'm fine with playing Memphis and Army again. Missouri to open. Hmm. Honestly, single away is kind of what I'd almost prefer. How much is Missouri getting me? 2 million for home and home. I think I went single away. I don't really want to play Notre Dame. I wouldn't hate the idea of playing Utah. Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I get 2 million. Yeah, I'll hate that. So we got Utah away. Week 6, we're at Army, and then week 10, Memphis is coming to us. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. I think we may go 0-3 and out of conference again, but that also gets us out of the Army and Memphis contracts, so we pay them now. I'm okay with that. Let's advance. I don't think I want to change any of the settings. Ooh, I may disable this. Hold on. A points penalty be applied and signed for teams recruiting transfers. They given NL more than. I kind of want to disable the NIL deal penalty. Well, I definitely don't want it to be full because if it's full, then you just lose on a player. But my other issue is not every transfer player cares about NIL, and I think the way this penalty works is it makes it so everyone cares. I'm going to drop it to half and then see what that looks like next transfer portal. That said, had I done that in the previous offseason, I would have had 2 extra transfers come in. But that's beside the point. Or 3, actually. I would have gotten all of them. I think I'll do half and see what that looks like. That is my tremendous decision. To do. There's no time to be dropping frames, Steam. Steam. Why am I yelling at Steam when I should be yelling at OBS? All right, cool. All right, so position changes. The only 2 I have written down are Hugo Haywood. I am moving to corner. And Harley Sizemore. I'm also moving to corner. And my argument for doing that is very simple. Next year, I am losing 3 corners, and the year after that, I'm losing 3 more. I'd rather have a better succession plan in place. I'm losing 3 safeties in a couple years. Caden Ware is going to redshirt his first JUCO year. And yeah. Mm, really, Graham? You're too tiny to be a safety? That's hilarious. All right, so Brandon Graham's getting nuked. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. I mean, that does give me 11 corners, but like these 2 are going to redshirt. Suarez Singleton a red shirt. That kind of scares me for my corner depth, but it's fine. No one else is going to move. Where did it give me the walk-ons? Let's take a gander. Where did it give me walk-ons? O-line. I don't think I recruited Travis Shannon, though I could be wrong. Which would be awkward if I just accused a player of being a walk-on. All right, I'm too lazy to keep searching. That said, is it in the linebacking room? Maybe. All right, let's save it advance. All right, off-season gains. We need big gains in our running back room, offensive line, and linebacker. Those 3. Anything else is cherry on top. But we need gains in running back, offensive line, linebacker. Especially since we didn't get the running back we wanted in the transfer portal. And again, we didn't get one of the O linemen and one of the tight ends either. Yeah, that full transfer penalty for NIL is huge. That is crazy. Oh, I saw a number down there that I like. Let's do QB first. 3 for. Oh, no. Well, I'm so glad I didn't have to count on Vogel or Morgan to play. All right. So Hurst goes up by 3. Oh boy, his arm strength barely moved, his IQ didn't move. He got quicker, which is awesome. But man, I really needed that IQ to go up because he's only got one more development hit before his senior year, and that's it. Wow. Okay, that's bad. His accuracy went up to a 92. Arm strength 72, I don't really care about. The IQ of 74 is a bit more concerning. Landon Heath, after his really good year, starting a couple games for Geo, his arm strength went up, accuracy went up, which is good. IQ didn't move. Vogel, his arm strength went up a lot, accuracy went up, his IQ didn't move, and his potential went down, which is the second straight development period in a row, I think, where his potential went down. I can't remember if he started with a B or a B minus. Ashton Morgan, oh my God. I don't even want to look at it anymore. All saw was accuracy +2, and the other things didn't move. Ooh, I am so glad I got a quarterback in the transfer portal. All right, running back, please be good. Okay, that's fine. Suarez went up by 3. Oh, his ball security went up. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. His evasion went up also. That's good. Sims, please. Oh, his ball security went up by 6. Okay, I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. It's going to be a battle between Fleming and Strong for that third running back spot. I like Fleming, but man, his speed is a 60. What's his ball carrier vision? 79. Strong's a 77. I might flip a coin on that, but I think I'm going to have Suarez and Sims be more workhorse backs than my 3 splits. Prince Flowers didn't improve that much. Hamza Ware, he's going to redshirt. I mean, he's already up to 74 bonus security. Wide receiver. Oh, no. I mean, outside of Clementine, who redshirted, this is horrendous. Isaiah went up by 4. That's good. Nothing for our 2 seniors up top. Ooh, +5 for Bradley Casey. And his potential went up from an A minus to an A. He is also taking the 2% penalty because he's so tiny, whatever. I mean, not great for our depths, but Leland Singh going up is good. I don't think Brandon Dillon is going to play, which feels mean, but he didn't play last year. He's not going to play this year. I think it's literally these 5. Singh is 6. I redshirt Diallo and Casey. That gives me Ford, Forbes, and Dillon as depth. I don't hate that. Tight end. Who cares? Oh, I spoke too soon. Why did it take you 3 until your senior year? Whatever. It's fine. All these guys go up, which is good. Did any of their blocking increase? Ooh, Jalen Barber's run block up to 85. Nice. Shout out Kyle. Okay. I think I'm going to play Kyle over Barber. And my argument is very simple. Kyle can catch and he can run block. Barber, he can run block, he can't catch. Yeah, and Kyle's much quicker. All right, so it's going to be bunch Kyle, Barber. These 2 are going to red shirts. Cooper O'Neal is catching one up by 7. That's good. By me, it's just a very uninspiring unit for the second year in a row. O-line. Whoever the quarter, I mean, we're going to get sacked so much. I'm going to have to do nothing but quick passes, I think. Micah Ryu is our best O-line, who I famously said year 1, if he ever plays, we're in trouble, and now he's our best O-lineman. Jesse Brunson, though, going up by 7 is nice. I mean, the good news is we don't have We don't have pass blockers. We really don't. Brunson has an 85. Mike has a 77. That's really it. I mean, hey, the young guys are going to play. I don't even know if I want to redshirt Morrison, Woods, and Moss because that's going to leave me with 9 alignment. I play 6. Yeah, actually, I lied. I think that's fine. But yeah, we. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, your pass blocking didn't. I hate Brandon Peoples. I should have cut him. Kicker, what are we looking at? Carlos. Oh, his accuracy went up by 5. Woo! Think now maybe he won't miss 6 extra points. Ooh, Jalen Gregory. I mean, his ratings didn't change at all, but his potential went up to an A plus. Okay, okay. So yeah, I mean, Kern's gonna be our kicker next year. Gregory after that. Like, very simple. My succession plan is very simple. That said, they're on the exact same track. It's fine. Defensive line. Ooh, okay. Seals went up by 5, as did Bacon. Davis went up by 3. I don't hate it. Corey Crump only went up by 4. After the year he had, he was our best D lineman. What? Pretty okay from our depth. We only have a couple guys redshirting, and neither of them have great potential. So I'm not entirely happy with that succession plan. But I mean, hey, the D line's going to be better than they were last year, which is a stunning, stunning sentence. Linebacker. Oh, I'm so happy I won the sweepstakes for Clarence Tanaka. If I didn't, this room would look terrible. Terry went up by 6. Yeesh. He pole vaulted so many guys. DeAndre only went up by 3. Come on, game. Oh, boy. Braden only going up by 3 hurts. He didn't get better in zone coverage, which also hurts. Yeah, I mean, the group is better, but man, I like the succession plan at linebacker more than D line, I think. I feel so bad for Tomas Frazier. He's just going to be buried down the depth chart for the 3rd year in a row. Corner, what do we look? Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Why can't all the rooms just be like this? Everyone gets 3 or 4 points. Even this random recruit got 5. Oh boy, that's funny. All right. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of red shirts, so the depth isn't gonna be great. It's literally the top 6, and then Owen is 7th. Because I'm gonna have 4 corners red shirt. And my argument, I think, if like an injury does happen, I will rip the red shirt off of Hugo Haywood. Because even though his speed is terrible, he can cover both man and zone already. I like that plan a little bit more. That does mean guys like Randy Kowalski are going to play. Landon Goodwin's going to play. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'll probably stick with 6 corners. I might drop it to 5 and have Randy as a depth. We'll see. I mean, that's pretty good room. Safety, hit me. Okay. Okay. Gavin Graham, after being like our best defender as a true freshman, goes up by 5. Preston Vaughn. Ooh, plus 12 zone coverage. That'll do. Marlon Smith, I think, will be my 4th safety. Guyton will be my 3rd. Graham and Ware will both redshirt. Yeah. I think I'll figure out which one of these 2 I want to play. Man, White. Smith can't really cover and Guyton can't really tackle. So this is a question of what I want as a 3rd safety. All right. Well, I mean, overall, really disappointed in the QB gains, it must be said. I think our succession plan at QB took a big hit there. Because one of the reasons I went for Hurst is because he is 2 years ahead of Vogel and Morgan, whereas the other quarterback was only 1 year, and that hurts the succession a little bit. But Tell you what also hurts the succession is Vogel's potential going down and Morgan not developing. Oh boy. But all right, let us save in advance. See what we got here. Game plan install. I'm keeping everything the same. Oh yeah, I do need to reset all of the pass targets back to auto just for the summer. I mean, yeah, we're not. I think our O line, without question, is going to get Hurst killed. But yeah, the O line is a problem. And again, had the NIL penalty not been there, we would have had two more O linemen at the top of this, and I feel a lot better about it. But alas, sadness. All right, let's advance to the spring and summer months. Do, 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 do. All right, before I get this started, let me check on two things. Firstly, the quarterback I released, Joaquin Newell, where have you ended up? Navy. They paid him $2 million? Pardon? $2 million for a 71 overall? See potential red shirt. Surely he's not Navy's starter. Surely. Surely. He's their third. That is something I would like to genuinely see change, like in an update or a patch. Is like, why is the AI spending $2 million on a third string quarterback who is going to graduate after a year and really never see the field? That to me is a bit strange. Yes, just throwing that out there. What else was I going to look at? Oh yeah, Toledo. Did I play Toledo this past season? No. Rats. Did I play them year one? Yes. Hi, Toledo. All right, so he's not even gonna start. Oh, you rats! You paid him 3.5 million, and he's not even. That's upsetting. I'm genuinely upset that he's not gonna start. First of all, his accuracy went up by 7. That'll do. That'll do. Wow. Wow. I am legitimately annoyed. He's not even going to start. Because Sanderson was the other QB we were going for. And I went with Hurst instead. He's not even going to play. They're going to play this Bo Jones fella. Well, that's just upsetting. All right, we are into the preseason period. I auto assign almost every training under the sun. One thing I do want to do is I want to make sure Hurst is working on his IQ. Everything else can be auto assigned. Everything else. IQ is just what I want. So, okay, recruiting. So, as far as team needs go, would it be an exaggeration to say I need every single position under the sun? I don't think it would. I think the only 3 positions I don't really need to recruit anyone are wide receiver, because I like our depth. We're fairly young at the position. We got guys like Isaiah and Uriel who are going to play a lot. I think wide receiver, we're good. Kicker, we're obviously fine. And then corner, I think we're fine. Every other position, I think we need to recruit. So QB, running back, tight. I mean, look at the state of my tight end room. Oh boy. And all right. So recruiting, this usually takes 10 years. First of all, are any of the five-star recruits interested in coming to good old Kent State? No. That is a unequivocal no. What about any four stars? Nah, doesn't really get much better. No, it doesn't. Oh, I'm ahead on this running back, and he only kind of sucks. The fact that Penn State is also in on him is annoying. Why are you in on this guy, Penn State? He's not even from Pennsylvania. I'm just gonna scout him full and just look. I mean, his speed is terrible. His evasion ain't much better. He can't catch, but he's a four-star guy, and I'm ahead of him. Get in the building, sir. That is kind of funny. All right. All right, all right, all right. So, how I do this is very simple. I am going to grab 10 people from one position and send them to camp, and then just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Um, you have B plus potential. However, 57 accuracy, my God. You just suck. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's interest. Let me do points ahead with initial contact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for the dude that Purdue wants. That'll be fun. All right, and then before I forget, let me send them all to camp so that I can know. I don't know if I'll know their potential immediately after sending them to camp. I might need to scout them once. So we'll see how that goes. Running back or tight end? Anyone so very interested in coming to my school? You have A minus potential, I saw. That'll do. Okay. I mean, that's not the worst group ever. You hear Coates, come on down. Looks like a decent running back class, which is good for us because in 2 years I'll lose 3 of my top 4 running backs. I clicked wide receiver, but not tight end, didn't I? No. It's fine. It's fine. Let me switch that out really quick. Pretty good running back room. Do I want to go for the JUCO guy? Not really, but I'll add him to the list. Ronald Weaver, I'll add to the list. That gets me 6 running backs. I'm cool with that. And then give me some tight ends. You have a 51 overall. Why did I add you? Oh boy. Yeah, honestly, the JUCO market is where we may just need a tight end. The 5-star tight end, listen, I'm not that far behind on these guys, but the interest is just we're so far behind. I don't think it's really worth it. Screw it. Add him to the list. Add him to the list. Oh, man, the tight end list hurts. I'm just gonna come back to it. It's depressing me. Offensive line. B minus run block. That might be like third best on my team. It's fine. B potential JUCO guys. I need to get in the building without question. Do I want to fight OSU for this kid? Sure, why not? All right, that's a line. D line. Why does the strength have to be a D plus? Why couldn't it be literally anything higher? That said, your strength is worse. However, I'm ahead in your race, I guess. So D-line JUCO guys, I'll also add, but it's not as insane a need at the JUCO level. That said, I'm not desperate enough to take a 64 overall JUCO guy. You are terrible. D-line list also not looking too great. It's fine. Linebacker. Ooh, A minus potential. Get in the building. That said, you have an F in like everything. Oh boy. No, no, no. I talked myself out of that JUCO kid immediately. I saw his ratings and I was like, well, I can fix him. Turns out I could not. You say you're interested in me, but you're also 87 interest in Clemson and OSU. Something tells me I'm not really going to be able to beat that out, though it would be fun to try. I'll add these two, and that'll be that. And last but not least, safety. Ooh, I do not need a JUCO safety, but you know what? It's kind of tempting. Wow. This is painful. I'm ahead on that guy and this guy, but his overall went down when I scouted 25% of him passively, which does not inspire confidence. All right, good enough. I've targeted nearly everyone. I'm just going to throw the pitches around that I can indiscriminately, just based on the order that I found you in. And the good news is, since I get such a high base passive scout, some of these players, like the players with 25% scouted, I'll know their potential just next week by them being in my target list, which is good. All right, good enough. Scouting, done. Recruiting, done. Advance. Practice. We will auto. All right. Breakthrough 54%. I have faith. Ha ha, it worked. All right, we'll auto assign the rest. Okay, let's look at some quarterback potential and probably get depressed. Oh, I have to scout each one more. I could just leave them on my list, but nah. Well, I'm going to be honest. It's not the worst group I've ever seen. I think B. I think B plus is going to be my line. Even though this dude's a hidden gem, like I don't think it's worth it to compete with Kentucky and UC, who are much more interested. So with B plus being my line, that leaves me B5. Let's just scout that. I mean, I'm out on Galvan and I'm out on Shepard. Carlos, I think, could be good. I think he is the best. Yeah, he is the best ball carrier vision, but his speed is so low. Why can't I ever find the mobile quarterback of my dreams? I think I'll stick with these three. I'll send Carlos. No, I won't. I'll stick with these three and see how the numbers shake out. Okay, next group to go to camp. Let me see. Do I know all the potential of running backs and tight ends? Yes. I don't know your potential. You can go to camp. I don't think it's worth my time to fight for this dude. I'm just gonna let that happen. All right, running backs look pretty solid. Jonathan Powell is the worst, and he is also the 4-star, which is kind of hilarious. All right, offensive line. I'll send the guys whose potential I don't know to camp. D line, go to camp, go to camp, go to camp, get off my list. You have an F potential. Linebacker, get off my list. Get off my list. It's not the greatest groups I've ever seen. All right. So I have 2 camp spots remaining. I'll give him just to a couple guys who I'm close to nearly scouted on to save me some scouting opportunities. All right. I mean, the running back list looks pretty good. I'm just so annoyed that like the 4-star guy is the worst of them. That's just frustrating. I also don't know how much I want to go after the JUCO kid compared to some of the younger guys. Actually, yeah. I'll drop the JUCO kid. I'll let Marshall take him. They deserve it after I beat them in the bowl game 2 years ago. What a match. All right, so I should know everyone's potential next week. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, save advance to the summer. Get practices done. All right, so now I think the breakthrough transfer IQ is going to be terrible. Yeah, 36%. But then again, everything else is. So why not? No breakthrough. All right, fair enough. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Okay. Let's go through the list. Try to fully scout as much of these guys as I can. I want to get them close. Oh, man. Why? Why must all of you be terrible? All right. I have a feeling this is going to be a sobering look. All right. So I think it makes sense to go after 2 QBs. It doesn't make much sense to go after 3. 64 interest, 59, 42. 42 is a low number, Mr. York. He also wants to be a star, which I'm going to be honest, dude, you won't play for a bit at my school. So I get his potential's higher, and I think honestly, Brian Setso is my favorite of the 3, and he's the 2-star. Yeah, I'll drop York. I'll let the other Mac schools fight for him. Carlos, I like. Zetso, I like. So I think they're going to be my 2 QB chases this time around. Running back. Okay, I'm looking at too many running backs. I need to cut this list a little. I think I'm going for the 4-star just because he's a 4-star. That's literally my reason. Um, his potential of being low and his speed being a 65 sucks. Um, of the rest, I think Weaver, I'm out. I really like McGill. He has 84 ball carrier vision, 79 ball security. Like, he'll play as a true freshman if I get him. You hear coats I like, so I think Caleb Tatum is the odd man out here. Yeah. Yep. All right. These gaming guys. I'm gonna send McGill to camp because that'll get me the biggest hit points possible. And I don't need to know anyone else's overall at this point. Okay. So the one tight end we're looking at is the JUCO guy, and he's not great, but I need people in that room. I can schedule a visit too. Um, let's do week 4. I think the guys that I can already schedule, I'm going to try to do early as possible. O line, hi guys. Send you to camp, send you to camp, send you to camp, send you to camp, send you to camp. A JUCO guy having a 66 overall, I admit it, is a bit scary, but that's fine. Bullard. Ooh, do I play Buffalo, Toledo, or Western Michigan at home? I do. I play Toledo. Come on down. Cool. I'm honestly going to go for all of these O linemen. Maybe not Manning. Yeah. With the exception of Manning, I'm going to go for all these guys. I need bodies. And I think even though these guys, their overall is low relative to other JUCOs, they'll play. So I need a lot of line. Okay, D line. I was looking at. Oh no! Why? D plus? Really, dude? I'll keep him on the list. That way, I can scout him and see if his potential's maybe like a C. But I mean, he has D plus strength, D block shed. He's going to be terrible. Um, what's the interest from Wooten? 71. I'm out. All right, these are going to be my. I'm not putting points into you. All right, D line. I need to circle back to. Linebacker. Ooh, 2 hidden gems. Come to camp, my friends. Or excuse me, 1 hidden gem. Okay. Man, your stats are low. Ugh. Safety, what do we got? Come to camp. Uh, I mean, his tackling is a B minus. Like, that's the only reason you go for a guy like that. But, I mean, Brock David might be a corner because he has 77 man coverage. I mean, I like all 3 of these guys. I mean, let's be frank. I don't like Garrett, but he has B minus tackling. A little bit more scouting. I can find out what that number actually is. Anyone else I can send to camp or no? No? All right. Let me do this the easy way I can. Pulling to have an initial contact. Hey, Mr. Vincent Gibson. You want to come to camp? Come on down. All right. And then the pitches I can give. How many players am I looking at right now? 20? Cool. All right. Let us advance. All right. I'll just auto assign now. There's no point in going for the QB IQ again. So that's fine. Went up 7. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. All right. Hi, guys. Tell me I play Central Michigan at home. Rats. All right. So I'm gonna schedule everyone I can. What's your potential, buddy? Oh, that is an F minus. Get out. Okay. Yeah, I guess just because I can schedule them now, let's schedule them early, accepting the fact I might take a hit later on points. That one, week 4. Jamarian. Oh, Boiling Green. Perfect. Boiling Green again. Do I play either Ohio schools? Yep. I think I'll do the week 7 instead of the Miami one. Cool. All right. Let's fully scout, or at least get close to fully scouting the guys I got. Man, it's not looking great, but that's fine. I think for now this week I'll just give the best pitches I can to the people I'm behind on to make up some distance. I'm really going to compete with Michigan for this O lineman. Oh boy. Script. I'll just mess around and take him. That would be funny. I mean, I like the JUCO. I think we need to go JUCOs. The other reason, and this is a little bit meta that I'm going JUCOs, is I'm operating the assumption I have maybe 1 year after this season at Kent State left. I mean, if we fail to meet expectations again, then I'm just fired. But that is what it is. Oh yeah, I can send camp invites to people. Hmm. You know what? Let's just make sure we do our due diligence on the quarterback position. 1, 2, 3. You are a hidden gem, but you also suck. Is the problem. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let's just send all these QBs to camp. Come on down, boys. I mean, odds are none of them are going to be as worth chasing as Carlos or Brian, but you never know. Okay. That is that. Training done, practice is done. We have survived another off season. Well, advance. Okay, win at least 6 games. Oscar, buddy, you went from 4 to 7 and now down to 6. You know what? I appreciate you going low, but fair enough. Okay, donor goals. So, beat Akron. That one hasn't changed. Hold Army, Akron, and the Miami of Ohio to 170 rushing yards or fewer. That's going to be tough. Gold donor pass for 235 against Toledo. Sure. Have your O-line record 70 plus total pancakes. So last year, my O-line got, this feels like more than 70, 30, 57. Yeah, this is more than 70. Okay. Those two seem fine. This one I'd like to negotiate down, the other diamond one. Hold opponents less than 170 rushing yards per game in the full season, or force 2 fumbles on defense. We held them to 162 per game last season. And our defense has gotten better in theory. Whoops, wrong button. I'm gonna do the two forced fumbles for 1.3 million. My argument being, my big fear this season is our offense won't be able to get the time of possession that we usually get, and so our defense is going to be on the field more. And I'm already assuming, we passed for 235 against Toledo. We beat Akron, which we have done both previous years. I'm already getting 7.5 million. I'd rather take 1.3 easier. I'll go with that. Kind of feels like a waste of a diamond donor to drop him down to 1.3, but I think that works. Oh boy. I like the schedule. I think going from having 4 home games to having 7 is huge for recruiting. But oh man, we just have a terrible O line. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let me really quick deal with my depth chart stuff. So Hurst is obviously the starter. Landon Heath behind him. Vogel behind him. Morgan behind them. Running back, Hamza red shirts. I might drop the 2 running backs. And then Suarez and Sims would just run the ball a lot more. That feels kind of risky from an injury perspective, but I think I like the idea of Fleming not playing that much, which sounds terrible. But I mean, his strength is a 68, which granted, Suarez is only 69, but his speed is a 60. He does have better ball security than both our top 2 guys, but like, come on. Come on. Short yardage back is going to be Sims. Everything else is fine. And Flowers over strong on the back end. Okay, wide receiver. Diallo, red shirts. Casey, red shirts. Do I red shirt the JUCO Leland Singh? If I do, if I do, my wide receiver depth takes a. Actually, if I dropped to 5 wide receivers, red shirt Leland, I think I'm okay with that. I'm a little worried with Uriel being our 5th wide receiver with his catching being so low, but I think I'd rather play him than Brandon. That's fine. I assume Leland's going to get angry and want to transfer, but when that happens, I'll just rip the red shirt off and call it a day. John over Isaiah. No, Isaiah ahead of John. I take a little hit in route running, but I get 8 better catching. No, I talked myself out of that. All right, tight end. Goodness gracious, what a list. What a list. Part of me is slightly tempted to redshirt Skyler just to get one more year. Now that I think about it, this seems like a terrible idea. But now that I think, hmm. You know what? Let's try it for the hilarity's sake. And I'm going down to 2 tight ends. Let's just redshirt him his senior year. Oh boy. That'll go well. Okay, offensive line. This is gonna make me weep and then die. All right, offensive line. Let's figure this out. So first of all, I can't play 8 guys. Let's just drop that down to 7. I need to prioritize pass blocking near the top. So I think Hendricks 1, Brunson 2, Micah 3 is fine. Lockwood has to be 4. Then 54 pass block, Carlos. I mean, everyone from Peoples to Jordan is interchangeable, really. They have similar levels of strength. I think Brady Powers should play. I think he goes to 5. And then, yeah, I think Peoples at 6. Guys, I mean, if this isn't the worst offensive line room in the country, I would be stunned, shocked. All right, defensive line. So I think the problem I am going to run into is I don't have that many D linemen that can tackle. Which sounds like a wild thing to say, but unfortunately it's true. Only 2 of them have higher than a 75 tackling. That said, I don't really want to flip Bacon and Davis because Bacon is 100 strength. Though Davis is 103 blocks. Yeah. Okay. So these 3. Corey Crump needs to be 4. He had a great year last year. He needs to play. I think definitely Gates over Pace. I lose a bit of strength, but I get everything else. 6. Yeah, I think Pace. And then Alston above Small. Yep. I mean, if any of these top 3 guys get injured, we are in big trouble at D line. Now, linebacker. Let's redshirt these 2. All right. So, good news is we're a lot better in coverage than we were last year. Bad news is similar problem to D line. We have no one that can tackle. I think Terry at 1, I like. I'm going to flip DeAndre and Braden. Because, I mean, Braden has the unfortunate combo of 64 tackling and 62 zone coverage. Do I want to put him below Brad? Nah. Nah. Barton over Caden is fine. Tanaka, though, needs to play. Is that a stupid idea to go Tanaka and then post? Not really. I mean, they're both decent in coverage to where Barton's 80 coverage doesn't matter that much. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. It's a little unfair on the redshirt seniors because Barton, he played a decent amount last year and he did well. Caden, I don't think played that much. No, Caden didn't play. But my argument is I need to get these young guys playing time. I need to get him playing time. So a bit unfair, especially on Barton. But I think that's just where I'm at. Tomas Frazier probably wants to kill me. He's just never played when he's been here. Which is a bit unfortunate because, I mean, honestly, he has 83 pursuit and 85 tackling. Actually, going to 7 linebackers is a bit much. But in all honesty, I mean, the reason Frazier's overall is low is because his IQ is a 64. But I think I'll make him eighth. Let's go with that. Corner, I am spoiled for choice. I have five, and my plan, in theory, is to redshirt all four of my true freshman corners. And I hope that they don't want to play. And then I'm fine with five. I think the big question is who takes that fifth spot. Because Brookins and Patton are obviously one and two. Cheney is three. Or I'm losing 15 zone coverage by having Turner ahead of Cheney, but I'm getting 15 IQ, slightly better man coverage, and a much better tackler. He is slower, but that's fine. Fifth, I mean, yeah, it has to be Landon. How much did Landon play last year? 7 games? Well, buddy, you're going to play in more this time around. Yeah. I mean, if neither Haywood or Sizemore want to transfer after redshirting, we have a really good succession plan at corner, even though I'm going to lose 3 of my top 4. Safety. Okay, now this is where I kind of have to make a choice. Gavin Graham obviously is number 1. Preston Vaughn is number 2. And I think the question then becomes, do I redshirt Brendan Graham? He's either third safety or I redshirt him because he's got the same amount of tackling as Marlon Smith, but he's much better in coverage. But also at that point, is it really worth it to play a guy for his third year? I'm not too sure. I think Caden Ware I'm going to redshirt, and I'm going to drop the 3 safeties and play Smith over Guyton. I think that's where I'm at. I think we have a much bigger risk at redshirt players wanting to transfer this year compared to last year because their overalls are higher. But I think this will really benefit us next year. And then kicker obviously is Carlos. Punter is also Carlos. Return specialist is Jared Crawford. All right, that's our depth chart. Let's be frank here with a moment. That offensive line depth chart is the ugliest thing any of us have ever seen. But I mean, this year I've also really tightened up the rotation. 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, 3 safeties. I'm a little worried about playing 3 running backs, but yeah, that does seem a bit. I think I'll go to 3 and have Tanner get some run, and we'll just see how he does. I mean, he wasn't good last year. There's no way around it, but I'll see how that plays. All right, let us advance to week 1 against number 18 Utah. Well, listen, last year we played number 1 Bama, so by comparison, this is great. Where are we ranked? 111th. We have the 126th offense in the country, 112th defense. How does that equal 111th ranked? I don't know. It's not my job to ask such questions. Having no player promises, by the way, is so freeing. I love it. All right, so the AD expectation is win 6 games. I think we've proven we can do that because we're good enough in the MAC to do it. I think if we beat Army or Memphis, then we're set. But I think the issue we're just going to run into is our O-line is so bad. It is so, so bad. All right, let me do recruiting, and then I'll see how much time I got. Oh, you hear Coates. You, my friend, can... Well, hold on. How many guys want to schedule? Running back, O-line, O-line, O-line. QB, safety. Okay, so it's a lot of offense. First of all, before I offer, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The list started good. The QB list, it started good. It has since cratered. All right, let me. Okay, before I do that, let me get rid of some of the QBs here on this list, just to order everything in my head. Okay, that's low key a lot of QBs I'm looking at. Let me scout each guy once more. No, what's the interest level? 56. I mean, yeah, that's too low, I think, to try to catch. 56 again. Yeah, nah. I mean, I'd like to have him, but I'm just too far behind. Okay, let's schedule the safety. Man, not playing Western Michigan at home is sneakily killing me with some of these recruits. You can come to week 3. All right, offensive line, or guys, let's figure this out. Okay. You hear Coates. I want you to come to. I think I want you here to be as late as possible because of who I'm competing with. So I also don't want it to be a winnable game. Let's do Northern Illinois. Casey McGill, Miami of Ohio. The O line. I think I'm gonna. Hmm, you can come to Ohio. Casey Moore, you can come to Miami of Ohio. Or Ohio, no, Miami of Ohio for the other guy. Casey, I'm debating Toledo versus Akron. I'll do Akron. I'll spread out the O lineman a little bit more just in case I identify guys later. Did that say 57 D plus? Get out. Okay, so I know everyone's potentials. God, why? I like how playing time is an A. That's how bad my running back room is. Before I do anything else, really quick, let's go back to my QB. So now I got still these two. I'm going to offer them both. Marshall has scheduled Carlos for week 13, so they get the latest game. Sounds good to me. Running back room, I mean, I'm going for all three. I I mean, he's a 4-star, so I'm going for him. But really really wish he'd be better. It is unfortunate that he isn't. Kenneth Foley, I'm going to go for. I need tight ends. Offensive line. Hello, my comrades. The only one I'm shaking on is Emmanuel Bullard, but I've already scheduled him, so YOLO. Let's see it through. And I got a lot of these guys coming for visits. I think that might be one of the rare times where I prioritize the JUCO players over the recruits, just because of where we're at. Curtis, I'll offer you. Gabriel, I'll offer because of his potential, and then Carlos because, in all honesty, he could be a good depth linebacker for us already, which is a wild state of affairs. And then safety. I think Brock David, I'm definitely going to offer. Robinson. Yeah, I think I'll drop Garrett and go for Robinson instead. I'm missing one pitch. Garland, you get a pitch. And Larkin, you get a pitch. Okay. How far are we in? Hour 45? Let's play Utah. How bad could this possibly go? Answer, terrifyingly so. All right, so we're opening against Utah. They are 16th in the country in offensive talent. That's nice. That's lovely. They have an 84 overall QB that they paid 4.7 million for, and then he just has barely played. That's kind of funny. What's your running back room look like, Utah? Well, I'm gonna be honest, it's a little top heavy. Then again, I don't think I can say anything about that. Okay, so yep, this could go terribly wrong. All right, we're going up against Utah. We're just gonna work on our running game and defending their passing game. I think I'll play this game advanced week, and then that'll be that for this stream. Let us begin year 3. And also, before we get started, just an idea of how precarious my coaching career is. Right now, my head coach legacy score is 152. Had I not won MAC Coach of the Year 2 years ago, it would be 2. 2. So there is that. All right, let us face off against Utah. This could go poorly. Do they have any players visiting? No. How dare you? All right, let's rock and roll. We shall call tails as it never fails. Except when it does and it lands on heads. All right, Utah defers. So we open, and longtime watchers of the channel will know that on the first play, you open up with a deep pass and just send it. First, getting sacked on the first play is a terrible omen, I must admit, but the slants work. 12-yard conversion. We're in business. Shoe clock is already on. I'm going to be honest. You've seen our opponent. 4th and 5. Sadness. We punt. We punt. Send the blitz. Blitz did not work, guys. Oh, that blitz worked. Rowan Seals with the sack. One thing I did forget to check. Can their quarterback run? Probably not. But it might not be a terrible idea to keep a spy. 3rd and 12, and they convert over the top with a touchdown. Well, just like that, we are down 7-0. Less than ideal. 3rd and 9 is also less than ideal. Hashtag analysis. There we go. Vincent Clay seems... Ooh, I didn't set my targets. Though, in all honesty, I don't think I really have anyone in particular that he should be throwing to. So I think it's fine keeping it just on auto. Sims gets 7 yards. Uriel Clementine caught a pass already. There we go. We're at the 10, and Isaiah Sims with our first touchdown of the season. We're all tied up here in good old Salt Lake City. Send the blitz. 3rd and 8. I bet they pass and bring the safety down. Duh. Man. Hmm. I bet they run it. They do. Do I want to go goal line? I'm not going to go goal line, but I am going to just do the Thundersmoke Blitz. Nah, I should have gone goal line. All right. They're on the board again. Suarez went backwards, incomplete pass, and that was the quickest, most anticlimactic drive anyone has ever seen. Now I'm definitely doing goal line. There we go. We stop him at the 1. We can do a little bit of read option with Hurst, but it's not really something that's going to be the big priority in our offense. Just a nice little thing to have. Ty Bunch with a couple catches there. Oh, and Isaiah gets nothing. Why, Isaiah? Why? Why, sir? Why do you do this to me? I mean, I'm going for it. Like, we're already down by 10. At that point, I don't have anything to lose. And Hurst got sacked. Utah gets the ball. Was that a mistake? Who knows? Potentially. But our defense hasn't really been able to stop Utah. And another touchdown is theirs. The read option works. Stop the presses immediately. A 49-yard pass. That'll do. Negative 2-yard rush. You know, guys, I really don't want to become a pass heavy team, but you're making it a little tricky here. I will take the field goal. I think I probably should have ran it on 3rd down there to try to make it like 4th and 2, but that is what it is. There we go. Eric Landry fumbles and Corey Crump recovers. Thank you, Gavin Graham. Now let's see if we can get in the end zone here. Going backwards. Not quite what I want. All right, 3rd and 4. I kind of just want to do slants again. No dice. All right, we'll kick the field goal. Guys, please don't allow them to get into field goal range. All right, cool. I mean, from about the time where we turned it over on downs, and then they scored and they're down by 17, we cut the lead to 11, which ain't nothing. I mean, the problem is they also start with the ball here. So never mind. Terry with the forced fumble and recovery. Okay. Okay. We need to get in the end zone here. We need to make them pay for these turnovers. Jalen Barber with a reception, and Mohamed Suarez with the run. I am going to go for 2 here. The quick passes are nerfed, which is a shame. Inside cross. There we go. We cut it to 3. All right. Okay, we have a game. I say that, and then Utah very nonchalantly drives down the field. Can we, though, keep them out of the end zone? No. The answer to the question that was asked out loud is no. Mohamed Suarez 40-yard run. They blitzed the safety. 10 out of 10. Oh, our run game. There we go. We're in the red zone. Isaiah Sims fumbled. That might be game right there. That might be game if Utah scores. I'm not doing engage 8. I will blitz though. Didn't work. You know what? Engage 8. Send it. Yeah, that's what I get. Yep. Yeah, I think that's it. That might be it. I think that was our time to get a touchdown, cut it to a 3-point game. But that turnover killed us. Curls doesn't work. We punt. All right, defense gets a stop. I'm turning chew clock off just in case. I think if we don't score this drive, it's coming back on. Man. Hurst got sacked again. No dice. All right, chew clock coming back on. And they convert on 3rd and 10. Fair enough. And on 3rd and 11. Yeah, that's that, I think. Vincent Clay making a little bit interesting here. Hurst got sacked again. Ty Bunch with a touchdown, though. All right. Hey, Rowan Seals with the forced fumble now. All right, we're gonna get some points on this board. It's gonna look like a close game. Not really. I lied. 4th and 9. I don't think I want to do drive. Let's do dagger. No dice. Passed 8 yards when we needed 9. That's a shame. And that'll be that. I mean, I think two things can be true that our defense forced 3 turnovers, that in an ideal world is enough to give us a fighting chance. But also, they averaged 14 yards per pass. 14. They had 9 plays of 20 plus yards. Yeah, that hurt. So, in Jacob Hurst's debut, 18-29, 276 yards and a touchdown. Not bad. He was sacked 5 times. That kind of hurts. Despite me having 3 running backs in the rotation, only Suarez and Sims saw time. I think Suarez did well. Had that big run, got a touchdown. Vincent Clay got 150 yards. Bunch got a touchdown. None of the other receivers really got involved, which is a little bit of a shame. Sims fumble. I mean, listen. I don't think we win this game either way. But what killed us here was this fumble, where we get the 2 point conversion, cut it to 3, they get a touchdown, cut it to 10, and make it to 10, and then we fumble at the we fumbled in the red zone. You know, never really recovered after that. But I mean, hey, 7 tackles for a loss, only 1 sack, but 3 forced fumbles. That ain't bad. But yeah, we lose to Utah by 17. I think there were good signs in that game. I think defense got a little decent amount of turnovers. QB did well. Running backs did well. Just couldn't get off the field. Oi! Well, okay. So Marlon Smith is out for 3 weeks with what I assume is a concussion. But I could be wrong. Do I rip the red shirt off of one of these guys? Actually, no. Here's what I'll do. I will put Brandon Graham in as safety 3. He'll play 3 games. Then I'll put the red shirt back on. I think is what I'll do. All right. And then what was the other injury? Oh, Braden. Oh, that makes our linebacker group so much worse. Let me just compare really quick. I mean, tackling a 59, that's essentially unplayable, man. Yeah, I'm dropping him to the bottom. He's probably going to complain about playing time, but like his tackling's a 59, block shed. I mean, his zone coverage. Yeah, I can't play him. So Alexis Barton is going to get a little bit of playing time here. Man, that hurts. All right. Well, I think we played well. However, our defense clearly is going to need to get turnovers or else we are in big trouble. Everyone in the MAC did anyone in the MAC win? East went 0-6. West, couple wins. Look at them go. Look at them go. Well, hey, look. Forced 2 fumbles on defense. We got that in the first game. Sweet. Well done, everyone. Well done. We got 5 pancakes in that game. We need 70 total. That is not a good pace then. We need to average, I think, like 6 per game, essentially, depending on if we get a bowl game or not. All right. Well, that is that. We went through transfer portal off season. I think overall things went well. The NIL penalty hurt us, especially with the 2 linemen that we couldn't get. I think that is a little bit annoying. But other than that, I mean, we got the QB, we got some good defenders. I think pretty happy with how that went. Um, I mean, we need to meet the athletic director goal. We need to win 6 games because we missed the goal last year. We need it this time around. Nothing else really matters. So thank you all for watching, whether live or on the VOD, which can be found on Twitch and YouTube. Both channels are the same name as Turnover Carbon. Um, I will see you next time where we'll get through, I mean, probably about the Boiling Green game is where we'll end up. We'll definitely get to the bye, play a lot of MAC games, see how our school looks this year. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.